It's 5:30, quiet morning, no more rain, crow is chirping, quiet. I experimented something, which is like this. How can I show this? Like touching. All the way across and my whole body, all parts of it. I came up with this idea maybe because of my talk with Ittos, who is involved in helping elderly people with care and caring myself. When I was young and working, I was pushing, do this, and traveling. It was interesting, but I wasn't connected to the root. Maybe there was to a degree because there was a mission of what I want to do. And that was good because I had moments that I didn't know what to do. But once I figured out what to do, around age 31 or so, the next 7-10 years was quite interesting. And my energy was flowing, experimenting this, experimenting that, finding a company to work with, moving from Japan, and figuring out what to do, and become independent. And after writing books, especially, so everything was working. I had the relationship with the American woman. I had divorced from my wife in the US, unfortunate. And she was a typical Japanese, too quiet for me, and this American was the total opposite. A little wild, but that was fun, especially relating to developing business and her helping me. Things changed after 25 years, but in the meantime, I also went into Zen all the time, especially reading to get to make sense, not just doing, because I thought I need to have a conceptual understanding of why I don't understand the books I read in Zen. So there was lots of curiosity to challenge, like a koan. And it's so deep and still deep. Like yesterday I posted the video and I'm finding always something new. Not just by the literature, but by living life. So this touching all the parts of body was just, I don't know, Ittos-san's talk of caring and caring my body. And this is what I thought. If you touch, it's like a Vipassana. And I often start to talk about like touching the heart every now and then to see the connection. If you have a sense of touch, and if that give you a sense of different mental state to be so quiet, I know it's helping something. Connecting to the heart or the body is very basic, especially living in this modern world with crazy amount of information and changing, and we lose the grounded level. But at 77, after years of this and that, and the relationships, and I'm alone. So if I have a partner, I may have a different relationship, but it's also about to be clear within myself and not to be bouncing around with, So I guess there's a reason for people to be alone, not having a relationship. And there's lots of saying that I find in the news, not the news, YouTube, that elderly people may want to live alone. And I agree with that. You see things different, deep in yourself and about the world, and you don't have other. It's like a meditation. You have your own space and judgment what to do to make the most of your life. So that's the touching thing. It's interesting. I thought I'd make a video. And when I touch every part of my body, just in a subtle touch, and the legs and all over, it's kind of like a mini version of Vipassana. In Vipassana, you don't touch, you just sit and just pay attention to the area or breathing air in, out, and just that. Or in Vipassana, you move not just breathing the nose or nostril, but from the top and across all over, little by little. Not touching, your hands are, not moving. I'm just showing how you may do inside and gradually. And then when you advanced, to some degree, then you start to feel the reaction to the body when you pay attention to. And that's the beginning of my awakening of the body, or the connection to the body or the heart. And this idea of touching, I never tried it. Maybe I did a little bit. But it's kind of like a checking. Meditation in a different sense, but I did it after I woke up, and I didn't want to stand up or anything. I just played with this idea. I think it's really good. What I see is happening in the body is to respond. And when it responds, how can I explain that? Just a little touch. Your mind, it becomes so calm and curious about how the body is responding. So that's why I say it's like a mini Vipassana, but with the help of the finger touch. And maybe in the morning is a good time to, go through this. And I just thought that, like I have this gallbladder, there's some polyp, 11 millimeters, and it may not be dangerous, but possibly cancer related. So I have to go check once a year. And my CEA was high. So 2 years ago, I went through the, how do you call it, colonoscopy. And it was okay. Intestine was fine. I didn't do a checkup, stomach. Well, maybe I did some time ago. So anyway, there's those technology, and it's been advancing, so that's gonna be great to keep you, checking and maintaining good health. But I think the subjective experience of touching and feeling is stimulating that area, maybe a little bit different way. And it's easy to do without sitting but just taking time to go over. And I tend to believe the cells in the body are happy and respond. I can't tell you why. But, well, you can tell perhaps because you're paying attention to it and caring your body instead of not taking care of it. It's a compassionate feeling within yourself. And that's kind of related to the blissful sensation I may have when I meditate, or even without meditating, I can get into the nirvanic state. Many Zen monks lived long time. Also in Shin Buddhism, Shinran lived until 90 years old or so. So tied to the yesterday's talk on the video I mentioned about with Ittos-san, one of the secrets of living long is being happy in what you are, as well as to have sense of what you want to do, which should include, in my view, taking care of your body. If you're finding life meaningful to live, and if you don't have the mission of what you want to do, helping people, especially outside of you, is if you're confining yourself, then you may end up with nothing to do. But the world needs help. We need to help each other. But to do that, we have to help ourselves first, or jointly together, back and forth. It's the alignment of helping myself and helping the society that I see as a mission. How to do it depends on each person, but if you have that sense, whether spiritually or through artwork or, anything, that gives you the reason to live and the meaning of life. And the body would respond, oh, he has something to do. Not just drinking and watching TV and upset with this and that and chit-chat. Beyond that, have a dream, image. And I quoted already Einstein. Well, I don't think he lived that long, but whatever the case is, I think it's a good thing to have something, if I use this word, the problem consciousness, something you want to do. you really want to do from your heart. If you have one, that's good. If you don't have one, even if you have tons of money and you have plane and private this and that and houses, different corners of the world, I don't think it would do this basic need of human life or any life. And if you have that, you come up with the idea to take care of yourself. Obviously, yesterday I had to go through the rain and it was okay, but buying food back and forth and carrying things a little bit heavy back and forth, you have to have a wish. And, I could have taken the taxi, but I didn't want to do it. It was not so much of a rain, so I walked. I don't know how this picture fit into this story, but in the other video I mentioned that I was with my brother visiting this museum, which has the exhibit of the area where we live, the way they lived, even this pottery from 3,000, 4,000 years ago. And they show the pictures and the tools that they used and how they, hunt or find food. That's how they lived. The meaning at the time is to make the most of what they've got. Maybe that's the reason why I like to stay in a very cheap backpackers inn or something like that. And also meeting people. If you have money and expensive place and just eat, and that's kind of boring. Also not utilizing. I mean, I want to be hungry, figure out how to live. And I'm sure the body cells want to know how well to live and contribute for the whole being to be happy within myself, and that connect to the best. So that's the quiz, that's the core, the quiz for each of us to solve, to find what you really like to do, and then maybe you take care more about your body and life. Inquisitiveness is the base of creativity. I think so. Anyway, by the way, my friend Kemochi is coming. I don't know if I mentioned this on the video, but in the last minute he was too busy and he said he couldn't. So I took a train, this and that, instead of him driving a car. But he finished his job and arriving today from my high school days. Let's have an inquisitive mind and find the meaning of life that you can dedicate, including your body cells contributing for that. If you can do that, we can do that. That's pretty good. And then, of course, find a way to have fun in various ways. That's part of the creativity. And if you can do without consuming lots of resources, because it's too easy. I mean, what's the point of splashing money and doing this and that? It's not creative for me. It's actually boring. I want to be hungry and figuring out, including this connection to my own being at the root. It's so quiet here. Many houses are empty because people go to big cities, and walking around it looks like a ghost town yesterday. Well, that's a story in the morning. Have a good day.